Let's bring in a Republican Congressman, Dr. Michael Burgess of Texas, on this. It's good to see you, sir, as always.
Well, good to see you. Can I just correct one thing? I don't believe in the vaccine. I believe in God, but I think the vaccine was an answer to our prayers.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, you went before the break. You said that I believed in the vaccine. Well, actually, I believe the vaccine was an answer to prayer. Certainly, a prayer that I had prayed many, many nights between January of 2020 and when we finally got the emergency use authorization.
Do you think the vaccine works?
I don't think there's any question. Just look at the data. Look at the hospitalizations. Look at the deaths. You saw where we were in October, November, December, and those rates have now plummeted. Sure, you've got a couple of variants out there that are causing a great deal of concern. The Delta and the Lambda variants. They seem to be more infective. Not sure if they're more lethal or if they pose problems to people who've already had the 2 doses of the vaccine. But people need to pay attention to this. It's all important information. This is, after all, a novel virus. No one's had a whole lot of experience with this up until now.
You say people need to pay attention to this. Is that fair?
Yes.
Isn't the truth that too many people have been paying attention to members of your party who are lying to them about the vaccine and telling them that it's deep state, government overreach, it doesn't really work, you don't really need it, a Democrat ploy?
I've heard that, Chris, but look, I think the current administration missed a wonderful opportunity in March. In fact, Andy Slavitt recommended before President Biden gave a big speech one night, he said, I'd give a tip of the hat to the previous administration for a good job well done on the vaccine, because it was a job well done. I was in those meetings in January 2020. Any of those public health officials that you would recognize if I called them by name said it will be 18 months before we get a vaccine. And that's if everything goes perfectly, right, and nothing ever goes perfectly. 18 months would be where we are today. Can you imagine if we were just now getting the emergency use authorization for one of those vaccines?
God forbid, to borrow your faith mechanism. But let me ask you this. Imagine where we would be if the designer of Operation Warp Speed, in a way, certainly at the top of the food chain, President Trump, had told people to take the vaccine, had told people he had taken it, and that he had given it to his family, and he had pushed it robustly, and people like you had been on him to do so when he wasn't. Imagine then where we would be.
I think he did. Yes, he went on television and said he had taken the vaccine.
He did it as little as he could, doctor, and you know it.
People need to do their own research, figure things out. I mean, you don't have to be told by your government whether it's a good or a bad thing. Figure it out. Look at the disease rates and what has happened since January 1st of this year.
You don't think that it was the former president's job to tell people that the vaccine was good, available, and to take it as often as he told them that the election was a lie and that he was still a president and that there was fraud? You don't think the vaccine being pushed was more of a mandate for him than that? You really think he did enough in pushing the vaccine? Really?
Oh, absolutely. Look, the vaccine would not even be here had he not pushed it, because he was told by his public health officials, look, 20 years ago, we beat SARS. We didn't have a vaccine. We didn't have an antiviral. We did it with public health measures, quarantine and contact tracing, except with this virus, that didn't work because of that long latency period. Remember that 10 days to 2 weeks where you could be infective and not symptomatic?
Yes.
That was a big problem with this virus.
Right. But we got the vaccine, and then they didn't push it. And then, to make it worse, you know what the numbers are right now. Do you think it's a coincidence that you have so many more Republican and Trump supporters who aren't vaccinated, and that so many of them say they're not going to take it for some political reason? How they cheered at CPAC? Let me play you some of the sound that makes my point before you shake your head.
Wait a minute, but the thing
Hold
is,
on, Representative, let me play this for the audience.
You are going to drive oppositional behavior, and this is known, and I don't know why.
Wait, hold on.
Why people have
Representative, I lost you. Say it again. I lost you for a second, Representative Cassidy. Say it again. What is driving oppositional behavior?
When you place a mandate, a government mandate, the government says you have to take this, it drives oppositional behavior. Look, I was a medical student back in the 1970s. I remember Gerald Ford told us we all had to take the swine flu vaccine until they found out it caused Guillain-Barré. And then they said, don't take it. So people understand that if there is a mandate, look, you got to do
There
your
is
own
no
research.
mandate.
You got to figure it out. You talk to your trusted healthcare professional.
But there is
that's
no
the best
mandate.
advice I could give you. Talk to your trusted healthcare professional and get the straight story on this virus.
There is, but
vaccine.
Hold on, Representative. I got to tell you, I'm having a hard time following. There is no mandate. What there is messaging like this.
Great. Why were all these people lying about it? Honest question. And they were lying. Clearly they were lying.
And I feel like a vaccination in a weird way is just generally kind of going against nature. Maybe there's just an ebb and flow to life where something's supposed to wipe out a certain amount of people, and that's just kind of the way evolution goes. Vaccines kind of stand in the way of that.
According to the VAERS system, we are over 3,000 deaths within 30 days of taking the vaccine.
Government and so-called public health experts are trying to force your kids to get injected with an experimental COVID vaccine, whether you want them to or not.
And then they come and intimidate you to take the vaccine by day. Well, you get to tell them to get the hell off of your lawn.
But the focus of this administration on vaccination is mind-boggling. Plus, they're going to be knocking on your door soon. So go home and check your Ring doorbell. Anthony Fauci might be there in a smock.
You're okay with this kind of jackassery that has absolutely led to a deficiency among Republican people in this country taking the vaccine, and now they're getting sick, and now we're seeing what we see at the hospitals, and now the age is reducing and the variant is spreading? You're okay with this?
You're conflating a number of things. Look, no one really knows in the younger age groups who are at very low risk from the coronavirus. No one really knows. And it is important that that information, people are doing the research on that. That information needs to be transparent and shared. And again, people need to make up their own minds. I got to tell you, I got a call this evening from someone at the CDC wanting to know if I've been vaccinated. For crying out loud, you gave me the vaccine. You should know. You shouldn't have to call me and ask me.
So what does that have to do with anything? The people showing up at the hospital who are very sick are almost, without exception, unvaccinated. The people who are dying, 99%, are unvaccinated. You have people who are connected to your political party that you are not speaking out against,
Sir,
who are telling people not to take it. You're okay with that?
That is the message that people should be getting. Who is showing up at the hospital sick? It is unvaccinated people. Now, look, we don't know at this point with the Delta variant and then the newer Lambda variant if it is as lethal as the original coronavirus, but it could be. And if you take the vaccine and you're much less likely to get ill, then for heaven's sakes, consider taking the vaccine.
I understand that.
If you don't want to take the vaccine, then make sure you have an N95 mask, avoid crowds, stay 6 feet away from people.
They're not going to do that.
Wash your hands and don't touch your face.
They're not going to do that. Trump mocked masks. People celebrated not wearing the masks. You saw what just happened at CPAC. Here's what I don't get, and we'll end on this last word to you. I understand what you're saying, that you believe in the vaccine. I know you believe in God. I get it. That the vaccine was the answer to your prayers. It works. People should take it. But why don't you call out the people who are giving an opposite, ignorant, and toxic message on why not to take it?
Oh, I have discussions with people all the time.
But say it now. Say that what I just showed you in that video is wrong for people to be doing on TV. That members of Congress from your party that are saying don't take the vaccine are wrong.
Don't listen to me. Talk to your doctor. Talk to a trusted
You're an
healthcare
elected
professional.
representative.
Get
Don't you
the
think you should make your voice heard?
information. Don't listen to people on political talking shows. That's not where you should get your medical information.
But what about from members of Congress who say don't take the vaccine? I don't buy it.
Well, I'm telling you to take it. So buy that.
What about the people who say otherwise?
Well, they're wrong. Take the vaccine if you're in the age group where you could be devastated by the illness.
I get it. I'm just saying it's hard to tell people the truth when a lot of people are lying to them about something that matters so much. That's why I wanted you on, Congressman. I respect you as a clinician. I respect your position on this. We need voices like yours to speak truth to the poisonous. That's why I want you on. Congressman Michael Burgess, good luck to you and stay healthy.
Thank you.